Welcome back. We now join tennis in Glasgow for all the sporting action.
In tonight's sports news, the West Indies and the 19 Rising Stars pre-World Cup camp confirmed, Batty topping New Year's opening WTA ranking, and Vince Carter becomes first player to play in 4 different decades. We bowl off with cricket. The West Indies and the 19 Rising Stars continue their preparation for the ICC Under-19 World Cup in South Africa from January 17th to the 9th of February, with a training camp in Johannesburg from January 4th to the 11th. This camp will occur before the 2 official World Cup matches versus Canada on January 13th and Scotland on January 15th. West Indies are in Zone B alongside 3-time winners Australia, 1998 winners England, and tournament debutants Nigeria. The camp concludes a year of targeted preparation for the West Indies Under-19 team that accelerated under the revised Cricket West Indies strategic plan that incorporates the Skerrit Shallow 10-point campaign plan of increased exposure for Under-19 and Under-23 cricketers. In more cricket news, the captain Darren Bravo and exciting all-rounder Justin Greaves both struck half-centuries as Cricket West Indies President 11 dealt a blow to Ireland's confidence ahead of the 3-match one-day series against West Indies with a convincing 3-wicket win on Saturday. Chasing 276 in a 50-over contest at the 3Ws Oval, Cable Campus, the President 11 cantered to their target in the 47th over, with Bravo and Greaves getting the joint top score of 70. Left-hander Bravo bidding for a return to West Indies colours following a period out of form, hit 1-4 and half-dozen sixes in a knock requiring 62 balls. Greaves belted 8 fours and a couple of sixes in 67 balls at the crease. Brandon King, one of the West Indies' latest batting recruits, chipped in with 45 off 57 balls, while Sunil Ambrose, he scored 22, and Joshua De Silva, 21 not out, played supporting roles. Ireland had earlier posted 275 for 9 of their allotted overs, thanks to opener Gareth Delaney's top score of 60 of 78 deliveries. We move on to Test cricket. Ross Taylor has become New Zealand's leading Test run scorer, but Australia won the 3rd Test in Sydney by 279 runs to complete a 3-0 series victory. The Black Caps batsman scored 22 to move to 7,174 career runs and overhaul Stephen Fleming, but when he was bowled by Pat Cummins, the Tourists were 38 for 5, chasing an unlikely 416 to win. David Warner had earlier hit 111, not out, as Australia declared on 217 for 2. Nathan Lyon took 5 for 50 as New Zealand were bowled out for 136. In tennis news, Ashley Barty remained world number 1 after the first WTA rankings of 2020 were released on Monday, as the Roland Garros champion prepares for a crack at this month's Australian Open. Barty enjoyed a stellar 2019, winning the French Open and the WTA finals on her way to becoming the first Australian women number 1 since Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley in 1976. The top 5 reads Ashley at number 1, Ashley Barty that is, number 2, Carolina Pliskova, number 3, Simona Halep, number 4, Naomi Osaka, and number 5, Elena Svitolina. In case you're wondering, Serena Williams is at number 10. A bit of NFL news, the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings both won on the road to reach the second week of the NFL playoffs. The Seahawks beat the Philadelphia Eagles 17-9 after Marshawn Lynch and DK Metcalf touchdowns in each half. And Minnesota upset the NFC's number 3 seed, a Kyle Rudolph touchdown in overtime, giving them a shock 26-20 win at the New Orleans Saints. Seattle now visit the Green Bay Packers in the NFC divisional round, while the Vikings are at the San Francisco 49ers. Finally, basketball. He played against the legendary Michael Jordan. He made his debut when the iPhone was just a twinkle in Steve Jobs' eye. And on Sunday, against the Indiana Pacers, Vince Carter, 42, became the first NBA player to have a career spanning 4 decades. The Atlanta Hawks star made his debut in the 90s, 1999 to be precise, and has starred in every decade since the noughties, 2010s, and now the 2020s. To put it in further context, 36 current NBA players, including 4 of his teammates, were born after Carter was first drafted. I'm just very thankful to be still around and competing at this level, Carter said. And with this piece on Carter's longevity, that's sports news for tonight.